Yo, what's happening, folks? Your boy Papa Dub back with another very important video. Make sure you go to ubuntuapparel.com, okay? Grab you some shirts, you know what I'm saying? We shipping out shirts right now. I just want to say thank y'all so much for all y'all support. And this is how we pay for ads and different things for the channel. And this is how y'all can help me with this journey. Now, I did get I saw someone was saying that, people always say, oh, black people always talking about the white man and the white man this and this ain't 1920 and blah blah blah. Okay, let's say this, and this is not just this is no disrespect, but this goes for my white audience too. Same thing. Let's say we came up with our own monetary system, because it's kind of crazy to comply to a monetary system that is created by man when they could print the shit whenever they want to. Crazy part is America's debt is in America's currency. That shit don't make no sense, because all they gotta do is print it and pay themselves. Crazy. But let's say we came up with our own currency, right? Call it the people's currency. The first thing they'll do is try to throw us in jail, because they feel as though they own everything. We got to comply by what they say, not God. Let's say if a preacher wanting to create a building, let's say a preacher wanting to build a building and create his own church and do his own thing. So you gotta get permission from them. If you know anything about Pope Francis, okay, and that's a whole nother story. The Annum Sacrum letter, the Annum Sacrum letter. That's a whole nother video. But no, you can't be a preacher, or you can't build a church and preach what you want to preach, because that's illegal. Remember I told you the guy that wanted to get the money from the bank to build a church? The regular bank said no, because they say that tithing is a little unpredictable, and there's no money in tithing. I told you everything's business. So no, the guy said, no, don't go to that church, go to this church. That church. He went to that church. They said they'll give him $1 million to build a church, but he got to preach what they tell him to preach. Let's say, God bless all the real doctors, and this is a very few. And rest in peace to Dr. Butter. He was the only one speaking against all this crap going on during the C-19. He was the only doctor, and somehow he came up unalived. Okay? But rest in peace to him, because he was one of those ones that was giving us all the real information during the time of that shit. Let's say you're a doctor and you want to speak against what's going on, what the pharmaceutical companies are doing, blah, 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 blah. No. They're going to threaten you with taking down your practices, even putting you in jail, right? Even though what you're telling is the truth, because it goes against what they want to push, not God, them. See, you see how much we live by what man says. Same thing with a school. Charter school, whatever school. You want to build a school to really educate people, because if you 40 years and older, you know what time it is with this world. Well, we could teach these children what to look out for, and not only that, we could create our own system to put them in. Not their system, but our own system. Okay? So when you try to get a school, no, buddy. You got to go through this red tape, that red tape. You got to do this, you got to do that, because they feel as though you're going to stop them from indoctrinating people into being damn fools. Let's just call it what it is. Okay? And this goes on for everything. Everything around you is not what God says and what man says. I told y'all it's illegal to capture rainwater. Go look it up. Go look it up. And I'm trying to break those mental chains. For some reason, when people say, oh, people always talking about the white man and this and that. White men are doing this to their own people. You must know, Jewish people, they don't like white people, but they need them. Right? And it trickles down to us on the bottom. And the ones that's on the bottom is black, white, Latino, blue, green, all colors. Right? But we looking at each other, fighting with each other, because that's what they taught us to do. Not worry about them up top, but fight against each other. And yet, who has you doing this? Not God. God is all loving, right? Not God. I just don't understand why people don't ask the question, how is it that it's billions of people, but yet there's maybe 800 people that's running the world. How is that possible? They have to lie to you. They have to scare you with religion. They have to create a system where they govern it. And I told y'all, if it goes to CBDC, and that's central banking digital currency, is over. That means this is programmable money. You want to skip town, they know how much money you got, they take it away. It's not physical no more, it's digital. So do you understand what it's going to do? Everything you buy, everything you do when it comes to finances, they know. But what I'm trying to get people to do is this. Think, man. Think, use your damn brain, bro. Since you arrived to this motherfucker, man has been telling you what to believe in, what not to believe in, what to do, what you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Who to trust, who not to trust. And they do these in strategic ways. You only trust certain companies because you've been seeing the label your whole life. Bayer aspirin. Do you know what Bayer did when it came to HIV? You don't know. But you will trust the brand because you've been seeing it all your life. Along with other brands when it comes to food, cars. You in love with the brand. That's a psychology. And on top of that, they use shapes, definitely use colors to promote the trust in these brands. And then comes the consistency. Since day one Taco Bell was up, it never changed the colors. It never changed the text, the font style. This is so that you can recognize it. When you ride down the street and you see that big bright purple, you know that's what? That's was it Verizon? I think it is. Sprint is what? Yellow and black. Purple is Metro. Green is Cricket. You identify with, psychologically, you identify with these colors and with these companies. What I'm trying to say is this, bro. Stop being in denial. Start thinking for yourself. Start looking at what's going on around you and who's really running shit. God ain't told you nothing. Man did. The inner you, that's what spirituality is. Man teaches you to go outside of you to pray to some image or imagery or some symbol, right? African deities relates to Mother Nature, which is real. Okay? Since you've been living in this world, man has been telling you what to do and what not to do. Not God. Think about it. How could the God they tell us to worship skip over the children that's not eating, that can't get up and have a decent, I wouldn't say breakfast because we're not supposed to eat in the morning. Breakfast means to break a fast. You don't want to eat as soon as you get up in the morning. That's a no-no. But anyway, and breakfast was created by a guy named Eric. I think his name was Eric Benet. Actually, they call him the father of propaganda. Go look that up. I think his name Eric Benet or something like that, Benet's or something. But he was the one that created breakfast off of a lie through propaganda. He got 500 doctors to say eating meat in the morning is healthy, and they plastered it all over the world with news. What the news stands for: North, East, West, and South. And that, my friends, is where they have created breakfast, which gave them a third meal of the day for us to eat. You're supposed to eat 3 times a day. No, you don't. It's going to keep you dumb, deaf, blind, and definitely sick. So when you wake up in the morning for breakfast, that means you breaking a fast. Go look at what an intermediate fasting is. It's 18:6. No, it's 16:8, I think it is. Where you got 16 hours to fast, but you got an 8-hour window to eat. But anyway, I know it's a little off topic. So I'm going to drop that on y'all. But start thinking for yourself. Start asking questions. Start looking around. And look at how we've been strategically coerced to not be controlled, but coerced to control ourselves. That's where the real mystery lies. Because you wake up doing shit that they told us we should do. Like I always use, I use the police department and all these. The police will get up and go detain you based off their job or what they say they should and shouldn't do. But the people who wrote that construct, where they at? They're not around. They're not governing you and supervising you. You've been taught to do a task, and now you've basically been trained to govern yourself and others with no one governing you. You just do it because it's a job. I'm supposed to do it. They throw integrity out the window, logic out the window, all for the name of a job. This is what I call, there's black magic and there's white magic. Black magic deals with Mother Nature, ancestry, spirituality. White magic deals with brainwash. And we've all been a part of that brainwash. So when you really look at it, you can't even put a color on it. So let's just remove the white magic and just say magic. Anyway, it's your boy Papa Duck. I love y'all. Put your comments on the bottom of this video. And we are community, all right? And I tell y'all all the time, bro, I just try to get you to think. Common sense. That's it. Use your common sense. Why do these people want to control everything? Why? Don't you know when you leave this motherfucker, you are no good to them? They've took all your energy, all your time, utilize it in the name of a job or in the name of you got to have money or the name of this. But they found a way and created a system that's going to keep you working, keep you exchanging your energy and time for some fake ass money or whatever the case may be. Then when your ass check out of here, they done used you up, homie. So you got to think. Change your expectations of relationships and change your expectations of living. You don't need a 5-bedroom house. Because now you got to keep up with those big ass payments. And people don't understand. If you want to live good in a 5-bedroom, 3-4 bathroom, woo, man, you down there at $10,000 a month. Not just off of rent or mortgage, but we talking about the maintenance of that motherfucker. And depending on what area you live in or what state you live in, oh yeah, you definitely over 10,000. Easy. You know, and some people gonna say, well, I stay in a 5-bedroom and I live here, I live there. I told you, everywhere is different. But imagine if you lived in just what you needed and how much money you would save. Because they told you you need an island in the kitchen. Because they told you you need upstairs, downstairs. You need most people paying for extra real estate in their house and don't even utilize it. That's why I say change your expectations of a relationship or how you live. Like I say, when you look at that scene on the Matrix, when the spoon bent, he said, how do you do that? He said the spoon didn't bend, you did. So instead of you bending towards the world and trying to be a slave of the world, let the world bend towards you. Okay? And once you realize that, then you won't be subject to all the scarcities, the anxieties, and if you ain't got this, you ain't that, and all these stigmas. Man, fuck all that. I done been around millionaires, billionaires. I done been around all types of people and the best people in the world. I don't care what you got, how much money you got. I don't care how you look. The best people in the world are people of gratitude. And you can feel their aura, vibration. You can feel their energy. People think because they got money, they could be an asshole. They could treat you in kind of way. Nah, bro. Millionaires kill themselves every year. So it ain't about money. It ain't about money. Anyway, man, it's your boy Papa Duck. I love y'all. Put your comments on the bottom of this video. And like I tell you all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. I love y'all, man. I don't do these videos for clout. I don't do these videos for I just, this is what I'm here to do. And this is what I'm going to do. And I enjoy doing what I do. All right? All right. I'll get with y'all on the next one. And I'm going to be giving y'all my new Facebook page. okay? Because Facebook, and it be on Instagram. But I'm gonna give y'all my backup Facebook page probably in the next video. So hopefully, man, y'all start jumping on there and helping me fill that page up, okay? Because they be, you know what? I don't want to say the word, but they don't show all my stuff to, you know, to everybody. People see me in the street, like, man, I used to get your stuff all the time, but I don't get it no more. I know why. So we're gonna switch that up, and I need y'all help to do that. All right. But again, just think, bro. Just think. That's all you gotta do. It's free.